My humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Swami. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. It is wonderful to see so many of you here today to mark what is a truly landmark National Office Bearers and Active Workers Conference. The reason I say that is because today is the first conference since we became a CIO, has just been mentioned by Pratap Bhai and Brother Sakthi. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why this is important on an operational basis. This is the single largest change to the organization in its 50-year history. Okay. The formation of a charity has been considered by UK Council members in the past. However, due to other priorities, this has not been accomplished. We have gone from an unincorporated collective of affiliated centres and groups with no legal basis to a unified charitable incorporated organisation with a formal legal structure. This has only been possible due to Swami's grace and guidance every step of the way. We would like to take a moment to thank all our elders in the organisation and all of you for your support in making this a reality and securing the future of the organisation. However, the journey has only just begun. And as we transition to a new way of working and thinking, as office bearers, and more importantly, future office bearers, it is important to recognise that although some things have changed, most of the day-to-day running of the centres and groups will not change. There is more structure to the organisation now that we are a CIO, with a little more rigour needed in the way that we do things. But the burden placed on centres and groups, other than the financial reporting, is minimal. We will discuss this aspect in the President's meeting a little bit later. All the things that we need to do, we are already in the organisational manual and have been present for many years. But we will now follow all of these a little bit more closely. The distinction between centres and groups is not present legally, as all are branches. But we keep the distinction for our own admin purposes, such as public liability insurance costs, etc. So what have we done nationally in terms of the CIO? The council members are now trustees. We run the organisation operationally as we and previous council members have done so. But additionally, we've fulfilled the duties of trustees of the CIO. We have certain responsibilities as trustees, which has required an additional level of understanding. We have worked with the branches and regions to ensure the formal requirements of the CIO are fulfilled. We have set up the accounting and gift aid processes, the income and expenditure sheets, which some of you will be aware of, the gift aid forms, and again, more of this later in the President's meeting. We have also set up the organisational IT infrastructure to maintain these processes. We've set up over 70 finance folders, which are confidential, created 2 email accounts to respond to queries, created over 100 email accounts for branches and regions. This was also due to succession planning and to aid confidentiality, and again, part of our remit to improve the organisational stability of the organisation. We have set up an accounting team and purchased accounting software, etc. We're now looking at the next steps in our financial planning to mitigate risks. So what's been achieved by the CIO in this short period of time? Since the formation of the CIO less than 10 months ago, we have had a medical camp near Puttaparthi and associated service projects. We have supported flood relief in Sri Lanka. This was a centre-led initiative using newly generated funds specifically for this project. and a new grant-making process has been adopted to facilitate this. We're planning a large medical camp treating up to 4,000 patients in Nepal and associated service projects next month. We're planning for service opportunities for our zonal pilgrimage. This has all been possible only due to Swami's impact on all of our hearts and the generosity that this has generated within us. So, updating and creating new policies. As we've mentioned in past years at NOBAWC, we have had to create over the years a vast raft amount of various new policies, and you'll see the list of them on the screen. So DBS, safeguarding, conflict of interest, etc. To add to that, we've had to create some new policies as well for reimbursement of expenses, and conflict of interest. So all of these have now been updated, and we're in the process of uploading them to a secure location on our Google Drive for office bearers to review. So in terms of other updates, the SSSO UK Organisation Manual, again, this is something we've talked about for the last few years, has now been updated to take account of the language needed to support the CIO. The public liability insurance, we have a new provider and we have increased the cover of the policy. Again, this has taken a fair amount of work. The DBS system, as you know, the DBS system, the new one, has been in place for just over 3 years. And 3 years after the date of registration, the update service will contact you and need you to confirm that you want to remain registered. So please do check your emails if you have already registered for 3 years, and watch out for the email if that time is coming up. It may be in your junk mail, but you will need to respond to the DBS email to stay on our update system. The website has also been enhanced, and it's effectively a completely new website. So again, Brother Amit will talk to you about this shortly. And more generally, we do need support. If you have expertise in any of these areas and wish to assist the organisation, not only in the planning and implementation, but purely from an administrative perspective, please do contact any one of the trustees. And now for our centenary plans. Many national, regional and centre group projects are taking place across the country, and you will hear more about them in the next few weeks. The key national events, apart from our regular events, are the Nepal Medical Camp next month, centenary birthday celebrations. This will be on the Saturday, the 1st of November in West London. We are just finalising the venue. And the zonal pilgrimage. More of this, which is on my final slide. So, the Zone 6 pilgrimage, it's actually, the numbers have changed since this slide was done. We now have over 350 devotees already registered. So please do register soon. We'll be joined by fellow devotees from across Europe. We have doubled the number registered as of this point 2 years ago. And last time, 300 devotees went to Parthi, so we're hoping for at least around 500 this time. The pilgrimage dates are the 28th of July to the 3rd of August inclusive, and any devotees wishing to join us must attend all 7 days of the pilgrimage. The sadhana meetings have started, and sadhana sheets have been mailed out, ready for use from today, from the 1st of the month. Future planning meetings are face-to-face, either regionally or nationally. The next set of meetings are on the weekend of the 22nd of February or the 1st of March, depending on your region, and we're likely to be held alongside the Regional Office Bearers Conference, so perhaps half a day for each. So please contact your regional president for the date of the meeting in your region. The closing dates for Bal Vikas children and parents, and also for any musicians or anyone wishing to chant Vedam, is the 28th of February, just so that practices can start as early as possible. So please think about joining us on this wonderful journey back to our source in Parthi. Jai Sai Ram.